Google is a machine learning mechanism. And what that means is it's going to use the information that you provide it in order to try to replicate your successes. This is why conversion tracking is so critically important. And we've got a ton of videos on conversion tracking. I'm not going to beat you over the head with that one. I will tell you that upwards of 80 to 90% of the campaigns that we see don't have conversion tracking properly implemented. As a matter of fact, half of the evaluations that we do, conversion tracking isn't in place at all. And of the remaining half, I'd say half of those don't have it structured in a way that I would be comfortable saying this is clean, positive data. So with Google being a machine learning mechanism, you have to realize that it's trash in, trash out. The more information that you give Google, the better, but it has to be clean, quality information. So Google's trying to replicate your successes. This is especially true with its dynamic campaigns, things like smart shopping, dynamic search ads. So if you tell Google, hey, this was a conversion. Person A came in and they bought something. Google's going to go try to replicate that. But if you give them a false positive, then you're going to get the world's closest thing to AI trying to replicate false positives for you. So conversion tracking is really important. But taking that a step forward, the other thing to realize is the vast majority of traffic that lands on your site is not going to convert. They're not going to purchase anyway. So they're not going to take a bottom of the funnel action. So a lot of the traffic that's coming to your site isn't giving Google the information that it necessarily needs in order to optimize the conversion performance of your site. So what we strongly recommend clients to do is to use what we call transitional calls to action. And you already know what these are. You see them on every website you go to practically. It's lead magnets, downloads, offers, anything that you can put basically behind the gate. Now, transitional calls to action, you don't want it to distract from your core call to action. So, if your core call to action is sign up now or schedule a free consultation or purchase this product, allow that to maintain focus. If you're using the isolation effect or if you have, one primary call to action, that's perfectly fine. It's what you want to do. But at the same time, you want to identify some of the behavior that's pertinent to users that aren't necessarily going to convert. So you might notice, 80% of people that go all the way down to this portion of the page aren't converting, or people that stay on the page past this point don't convert, or whatever it ends up being. And what I recommend doing is adding a transitional call to action. This can be a pop-up. It can be, a subtle call out. It can just be a hyperlink inside of your text, but give people the opportunity to take something away with them if they're not going to convert. So it's, buying guides, downloads, calculators, checklists, whatever lead magnet you can come up with that's relevant to that specific type of purchase. You want to give that to these prospects in exchange for their email address. Now, of course, you want the email so that you can follow up with them, but you also want to track this as a conversion inside of Google Ads. Here's what's really cool is you can prioritize by conversion type. So it's not that you're going to tell Google, hey, this was, this conversion is equal to that conversion, but you're giving Google predictive indicators of success. Because if somebody hasn't purchased yet, but they did download your lead magnet, they are at least a higher priority from a prospect replication standpoint than somebody who's taken zero action. And what we've seen that do consistently is improve the efficacy of campaigns, especially campaigns that are low converting campaigns. We have clients that, for whatever reason, by virtue of their business, they don't capture hundreds or thousands of conversions the way that other businesses do. So, especially if you're in the high-end B2B space, you're selling high-ticket items, you're probably not going to get as many conversions as, your general e-commerce website. So the thing to do is to offer transitional calls to action, and then track those transitional calls to action inside of your Google Ads campaign, and score them accordingly. You don't want to prioritize those above your primary calls to action, but it gives Google a predictive indicator of success. It starts to arm it with the equipment that it needs to say, okay, of course we're going to go after our primary conversions first, but in building this avatar profile, when I'm trying to look at who it is that's buying from you, I can see that our transitional calls to actions are coming from people of a similar nature. Google's dying to identify common denominators. It has 70 some odd million demographic and psychographic profiling factors on every single human that uses the internet, and it's using that information in order to try to help replicate successes. So the more people that you put in front of Google saying, hey, I want more folks like this, the more likely you are to experience that type of success on an ongoing basis. So the take-home message from today's video is add transitional calls to action on your website. You want a ton of conversion points. You want people to be able to call. And I know a lot of folks are just sick of the phone call game, but it just sort of is what it is. There's a significant segment of the market that wants to pick up the phone and talk to you. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're missing out on them. But let them call, fill out a form, live chat, download. Give them the opportunity to engage the way that they want to engage. And in a lot of ways, that includes a transitional call to action. And if you can do that, I think you're going to see your Google Ads campaign improve significantly. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, hit me in the comments. If you disagree with what I'm saying, challenge me. Let's fight it out, but in a loving way. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications every time we go live. We're shooting one of these videos a day at a minimum, sometimes two. We want to provide you epic amounts of value in the realm of Google Ads. And if you ever want a free action plan, if you want us to look over your campaign and tell you what we think you could be doing better, let us know. We're here to earn your business and help you in the realm of all things Lord Google. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.